So I need to make my own extensions to make the offset a little bit less than what the typical Hayabusa wheel is. So I needed holes for 2 lag bolts, and I need them to be exact. So this is the first time I actually CNC'd aluminum on my machine. It seemed to do it just fine. It took a little while, but not too terrible. So here's a draft once I got the holes cut through for the extensions, where I just kind of bolted them in there. Offset's not right yet, but I just kind of needed an idea, making sure they'd bolt up. They were kind of wiggly. The extenders that come with the, well, that you put on the stock Busa, there's a little bit, the hole is a little bit bigger than the bolts are, so I needed to make something to go in there. So when they're tightened down, they obviously don't wiggle, but they're still, with the torque, it's going to move. So this is what I came up with. So I cut one out of wood first to make sure I had my template correct. So you see there's a little gap between the extenders where you can move the wheel back and forth. So the washers would help, but I didn't want all of the stress being, or reliability on these washers. When I put them in there, it is tighter, and it's pretty close actually. But like I said though, I wanted a little bit more. I got plenty of time, might as well do this as safely and as strong as I can. So like I said, this is a draft out of wood I made. I'm getting ready to CNC these out of aluminum. Put those in there, and then it's pretty snug. I mean, I got it down to millimeter. I mean, it was very close, very tight fit once I got the actual aluminum ones cut out. So here's the final product once I got it all done. Those aluminum spacers that you saw out of wood are in there now. I might have to recess those inside lag bolts, the ends. I don't know how much clearance I'm going to have for the wheel itself, but the manufacturer said I needed 9 inches from this end to this end. So with the spacers and everything I put in there, it's pretty much right on 9 inches, so it should be good. I don't know if I'm gonna have to recess anything else. This is pretty much as far as I can go without having the actual motor. I think I'm a really good stopping point. It should be here in a few weeks. I don't know how much more I can really do without having everything. But like I said, yeah, I might have to recess these bolts in just so it clears. And the next step, I'll have to figure out my brake calipers and maybe make some kind of bracket for those to fit in there. I might just use regen on the motor for my back braking. I'm not sure yet. I really want to get it all in there and just kind of figure it out and play with it. But yeah, no, I use the clamp because the back without the wheel on there, it does want to flare out just a little bit. But when I pull it in, it looks true. So yeah, I'm at 9 inches exactly. I might recess, like I said, here. I don't know if the stem's going to stick out. They just said 9 inches to here. So if it does stick out, great. If it doesn't, I'll just CNC it in to make it flush. Either way, I think it'll be fine. If I add a couple more spacers, I can. I really think the integrity and strength of these bolts are going to be fine. They're grade 8 lag bolts, which from what I've researched is the strongest lag bolts you can get at a local hardware store. So yeah, they should be good. I'll Loctite them as well. And I might drill a hole through the nut here and put a pin in there just in case it wants to try to back out. I don't see that being an issue though. But yeah, they're very sturdy. I don't see them moving at all, especially with that spacer in there. There's really no room for it to move now. So yeah, pretty good stopping point here. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thanks.